trillions could flow into cryptos like Stellar XLM and Zioncoins could benefit. But what are the movers and the drivers of the market? How am I deriving that this thing, that trillions could flow into cryptos? Well, for that we really need to look at what's going on with particular markets, certain markets, to give us an idea as to where we could be going in terms of price. But before that, please like and subscribe. It helps us with the YouTube algorithm, and I can keep delivering more and more content like this to you more frequently. Now, if you like this sort of content, that's what you should do. But with that aside, let me just say this. We need to look at IBM. We need to see seriously what IBM are doing, because IBM is, whether you like it or not, going to be a major component into the crypto sphere. And really, we need to delve deep into the stock. So with having said that, just a little fourth word, I want to say that I'm going to be looking into it, discovering certain fractals, see if it makes any sense, and see where we could be going in terms of price for the entire market. The entire market. Yeah. So without further ado, Nathan, IBM stocks, take it away. Okay, guys, so if you don't know already, I am interested in IBM stock because I like the way it's moving. But I just want to pre-warn you that I think that IBM has some really volatile moves ahead before some really successful moves. Now, just briefly, the reason why I'm into IBM, I like IBM, is because they provided a open source code base for stellar anchors called IBM Worldwide. Okay, guys, so this is my second recording of this. Hopefully I won't keep you too long. As you can see, I've got a massive fractal. This is IBM stock. I had played about with this for ages, but I just want to show you where I got this big blue fractal from. It's coming from over here. It's not 100% accurate, but it's a fractal, and it's going to give us an idea of exactly where we could see price going immediately and in the long term on a macro level. So if you look at this fractal, we have this massive move up, and then we've got a drop down, you know, way below the previous price. So you got this 78% drop. We'll say, well, let's just say, be fair, we'll say 77% drop, you know, and that drop is way below from when it started its bull cycle, you know, and that was over a several year period, right? Or you could say 6-year period. And prior to that, it was quite, the volatility was reasonable, you see, because if you look at, you know, the horizontal line there, the 50-day moving average, it's rolling along there quite nicely, and then we get this nice big bull move up, yeah? So, but in any case, look, I have done some jiggery pokery with the fractal, but it's the closest thing I can see that looks like it can potentially play out. And you see the levels are there, you know, the shape, the structure is there. So you got high, and the major swing highs and major swing lows are pretty much importantly all there. So if I can get back to the stock, then yeah, I can show you the levels are there where you get the pivot. So you see from here, this area here, it pivots here and here. So you get this bullish trend moving up and then a drop. Bullish trend moving up and then a drop, drop, drop. and we're dropping back down to this level at the moment. So where does it go on from there? Well, it looks to me we are at the very point of where we could see a long and bedraggled bear market, unfortunately. And that, you know, if it followed this fractal exactly, which, I quote, it isn't, just bear that in mind. It's just a fractal. It's just, you know, you could take the major highs, swing highs and major swing lows of a period of time. And what we're looking at is really 10-year periods here. Major swing high, major swing lows are 10-year periods, right? But really, it could do this dip way below its previous move when it started to swing high. So we could be dropping below this level right here. This level right here. We could be down here somewhere. Yeah, so there is potential for it to drop below that. Like, for example, it did it here, right? You can see clearly, yeah, at this point, this was a massive low, and it went way deep inside. Look, way deep. Look, yeah. So it dropped lower than this level here, and then obviously that would be a double bottom here, or triple bottom, you could call that. So here and here, double, triple bottom, right? Because you could potentially take that inside it, but when you look at this, it doesn't touch. These two don't touch that horizontal, right? That one's quite close, but we'll call it a double bottom. A double bottomed, and then vroom, off it went into the stratosphere, right? So are we seeing this same pattern play out? Remember, markets have a way of rhyming, meaning they don't do exactly the same thing, but the pattern, there's a very similar pattern. Is this not a very similar pattern of what we've seen before? That's the question, you know. And I think with the way things are, with inflation, the markets, we may get some relief, but I think everything's out of control, really. If BlackRock's right, then yeah, we're going to be dropping some serious prices. I mean, look at this fractal, yeah? You can see not everything lines up perfectly. Like, you've got, for example, this dip right here. You see that here? There's no fractal that lines up with that. It doesn't really line up. But when you look across, boom, that lines up with that. And that's about it. It's not perfect, but it goes in the same direction. The trend is what we're looking at really with this fractal. Is the trend indicating to us with the fractal where the market's going to go? And when you look at it, it pretty much does. In terms of the time frame, you know, it pretty much does that, and it really does line up, and you could see all the moves there, right? So the moves just seem to line up. You've got this move here, lines up, comes back down, then it goes up. You've got this move here, goes up, that move there, goes up, drops back down, goes right up to there, and then drops. And then we've got this final drop right here, yeah, at that level, right? So time is relative. So in theory, we've potentially got this to play out like that, and then a drop down. And how long that could be is time, isn't it? Is all relative. You know, we could be talking years, couple of years, couple of months. It's not likely to be a couple of months because we're on the monthly chart here. I think we're probably talking around, 5-10 years realistically before we see an actual bottom. This fractal, I don't believe, is going to play out exactly. In my opinion, we'll probably do something like, how can I say it? Like, we'll go from there, and then we'll come down and around. Sorry, let's just say go from here, and we'll slowly go across like that, and then you might get a sharp drop down to about this level, its previous bottom, or just below its previous bottom over here, around there. So around $2, $10, anywhere between sort of $20 and $2 in that zone. I know it's not exact, but I'm just giving you the idea of the fractal and the mackerel cycle. Yeah. Then after that point, a few years, could be 3 or 4 years, could be longer, boom, we'll get this move straight back up. And you can see, look how this Fibonacci works out so well. Look, boom, it exactly, how does that, I mean, math is amazing, isn't it? You know, it exactly hits this 423 level. Look, check it out, 423 exactly. I mean, how is that? And I just want to show you the comparison, like from where I got this fractal from, the Fibonacci on that level. Yeah. So all of these are indicators to me that this is a real possibility, that this, you know, is rhyming. And, you know, if you remember, I did that AT&T fractal, and that was almost exact. I'm still expecting a double bottom with that, but you look at this so you look at the Fibonacci levels on this, yeah, okay, and see where it goes. Watch. Boom. Yeah. Now we'll see where this goes. So yeah, you can see clearly that the level gets up in to past the 368, sorry, past the 3618, and very, very close to the or at least halfway to the 423. Yeah. And then, you know, drops, finds liquidity, and then moves up and booms past the 463. Yeah, we can see that clearly here. So what does it do? It gets up over above the 3618, very close to the 423. Then it drops, finds liquidity, meanders a little while, finds liquidity again, try to set a double bottom there, looks for liquidity, boom, off and away. And so it's clear with this, it's clear that you can see that this fractal, the Fibonacci's, they work on this, right? And looking at this Fibonacci, how it lines up perfectly with this fractal right here. And this is the very common thing to see. Like if you look at cryptos, and you'll see, you know, how the market sort of drops below that Fibonacci level, you know, the bottom Fibonacci level, the 0, right? How it drops below there, and then it climbs back up and gets back up inside. It's liquidity hunting, yeah? And then after that, with some years, it just takes off and does that. It looks like that is the IBM fractal. So I just wanted to point that out, guys. And like, if you refer back to the AT&T video that I did, you can see how well these fractals play out. They're not 100% accurate, but they give you an idea of where trend is going and where it could potentially stop and change, and then you know, move forward. So there's there's 3 indicators on here. You've got the fractals, you've got the Fibonacci's, you've got the volume, that you can see down here. So low volume means obviously the market's going to turn in on itself. High volume means that we're going to get this uptick, boom kind of thing. At the moment, you can see how low the volume is here. It's very low in comparison to over here, right? Before that big move, boom. So we can expect it to drop. And there you go. So just so you know, I'm planning on using Kelp and introducing another bot with Kelp to work in parallel and unison, because with Kelp you can create your own script if you want. So you can have your own trading scripts in terms of how you want Kelp to place orders, where you want those orders to be placed, spreads or whatever, buy, sell, mirror, TWAP, you know, those are already on there. But what I'm planning on doing is introducing some AI using Brain.js, because I believe Nikhil has introduced Node.js and Python for script writing, so programming. So you can set your own algo, and the bot will work with that algo. So the idea is to create a new bot, a new platform called Alice AI. Alice is I want to say an acronym, not really. It's Artificial Elizabeth, or Artificial Liz. Alice, Liz because Zai, and Queen Elizabeth was the longest reigning monarch for some time, bar Queen Elizabeth. It's always Elizabeth, isn't it? You know, so that really, Alice, seems to ring true to me. And Zai backwards is Zai, Alice, artificial intelligence as opposed to human intelligence. Alice. Yeah, so I'm going to be looking into working on that, how I can merge the two to create an effective trading bot, a predictive trading bot that will use a number of different patterns. I'm going to focus on fractals. Once we completed the bot, it will be open for you to write your own algos. There's loads of videos out there where you'll be able to understand how to use and implement the bots. And then it would be just a case of writing your own algo for that bot. And we may hold competitions. And that could potentially be our bot wars. So who is going to have the best bot? Who's got the best performing bot? Who's got the best performing algo for the bots to use is where I want to go with this. But I think over the next, looking at this, people, we've got some dark times ahead by the looks of it. Remember, time is relative. Maybe 1 year, maybe 2, maybe, 10. We just don't know. 20. We don't know. Time is relative, yet again. But when you look at things, CPI data, the way the markets are, the charts seem to line up with that. Just looking at IBM stock. Anyway, I'm Nathan, aka Nathan of Zion. Nathan, back over to you. That's great. Thanks for that, Nathan. Yes, Alice is exactly what we want to do in terms of a bot. But in the meantime, we're going to be working on our Siegfried V2 project. We are looking for more developers, so if you're interested, please hit us up in the comments, or get us on Discord. The links are in the description. Look me up on YouTube, send me a PM. Again, links in the description, and I can send Zaid your details. Having said that, I'm Nathan, aka Nathan of Zion. Smash the Zion coin up there, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. It's probably going to be on MMA, market making. Have a great day. Take care now.